Here with head coach Mount Pearson. Coach, why don't you start us with an opening statement?
Well, I thought it was a hard-fought game tonight. Obviously, I thought their goaltender played extremely well, kept the game close, and then they played the game they wanted to. They kept it, one-goal game going in the third period. I thought our team played hard and ground out a gutsy win tonight.
Coach, talk about the impact that Dan Silva had on the lineup tonight.
Yeah, Dan was good. You never know when a player who's missed as much time as Dan has, how he's going to react and how he's going to play. I was worried about the speed of the game and the conditioning factor tonight, but I thought he held up very well and actually was a stabilizing force back there. I thought he had a real good game for us.
Was mental focus and maintaining mental focus something that you guys really stressed in the time period between the end of last night and the beginning tonight?
Well, it was. We played a pretty good game. When you watch the game back last night, I thought we had a real good game, other than the 3-4 minutes that we really got caught last night. But we talked about a good start, a strong middle, and a great finish. So that's how we presented to the team. And for the most part, I liked our start. I thought we had a real strong middle. And the great thing about the finish is we won the game.
And talk about the decision to go with Jamie tonight.
Well, Phoenix has had a good shot here. He's played well, but after a while, when you're not winning, and I didn't like a couple of goals last night. And he's got to get those out of those games and be consistent. And when we needed a save here or there, we just didn't seem to get it last night. And don't get me wrong, he's been very good so far. But I thought this was a good opportunity to get Jamie in, and Jamie's practiced very well and deserved the start. And it was a tough game for him. He hasn't played for a while. I didn't see many shots the first two periods. In the third period, when the game was on, I thought he played extremely well.
Was Stebner a coach's decision, or did he suffer an injury last night?
No, that's a coach's decision. And we talked to Brad, and even though he's one of our captains, it's important that we put the best team on the ice every night that we feel is going to give us the best opportunity to win. And Brad knows he's got to get some areas in his game have to get better. And he's an unbelievable kid. He's a great leader, a great student, but it's a coach's decision.
Okay. The forecheck tonight, seems like you guys were really putting a lot of pressure on them. Were you happy with the tenacity in that end and forcing them to turn pucks over and so on and so forth?
Well, I was, and they've got a good, experienced defensive core there. They're smart and they play well. And one of the things we try to do is obviously put some pressure on them with two guys. And for the most part, I thought we did a good job. At times, we had some lapses. We didn't read off each other very well, but for the most part, I thought we did a real good job, forcing them to play in their own zone a lot, and that's where you're going to get your breaks. Force them into some mistakes. And I thought Fern's goal is a prime example of that.
Were you concerned at all with some of the penalties taken?
Yes, extremely concerned. I mean, you can't take 3 penalties in the third period in a tight game like that. It just really puts your team on its heels, and I'll just leave it at that. But we have to play smarter. We have to understand what's being called and what isn't being called. And and our team plays strong on her feet. And a couple of calls, I wasn't sure which way they were going to go. Because you can call diving too. And anyway, I thought our penalty killers did a real good job. But it's definitely concerning.
Heading up to Alaska for 2 weeks. Anything special you guys are going to try and do on this trip? Getting to go up there for 2 weeks.
Yeah, pack warm. And I looked at the temperature, 12 is a high today. But, no, I think the biggest thing going on Alaska trips, and I've been there before, is just trying to get acclimated to their time zone and what's going on up there. And we'll have enough time to get acclimated. We're up there for 11 days. So it's an important road swing for us. We have not won on the road yet. We've got to prove to ourselves, I think, first and foremost, that we can go into a rink and win. Anchorage is much improved. Fairbanks has a good team. So it's going to be a tough trip, but I think our boys are looking forward to it. And obviously we don't miss any school the 1 week, so we'll have Thanksgiving up in Fairbanks.
Anything extra you can kind of get in when being up there for 11 days? How do you guys pass all that time up there? And
yeah, good question. We'll do some sightseeing. We did a couple of years ago, and we'll get out and about, and there might be a game of curling or 2 involved in this trip also.
What can you guys learn from this weekend, Friday and Saturday, you can take in there as far as your game and the guys?
Well, I think the biggest thing that comes out of this weekend is how hard you're going to have to play every night in this league. I mean, I think it's a little easier to get up for Michigan or Notre Dame or Michigan State, but people thought this league was going to be easy. I'm telling you right now, it's a good hockey league, and it's a very well coached league, and there's good players in this league, and it's going to be a battle. I think if we learn one thing, it's a prime example how every night, we played Northern already, how every night, it's going to be a tight game and a good game, and you better be ready to play, else you're going to take a loss in this league.
Thanks, Coach.